little Raja. Look at her. Look at
When'd
this
you
is my
get
little
Raja?
baby. Raja, we got her like a year ago. Had her since Danny. She's like, yeah, we've had her a year. She's just so precious. Look at her.
So, Kristy Lee Bella, Kristy Lee Bella show here on Hashmark Sports, HashmarkSports.com. Half the people probably listening right now are probably like, how the hell does she end up on a sports show or sports? And it's kind of funny because we met on TikTok and, a good opportunity. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself first, and then I'll introduce myself, and then we'll kind of just go into it a little bit here. We've got about 30 minutes for our pilot episode.
All right. Sounds good. Well, hello, everybody. I am Kristy Lee Bella. Again, like he said, we met on TikTok, doing some TikTok about my life, about things that have been going on. And he reached out, and it's been just, beautiful since then.
Well, there's been a lot going on since the time I reached out. I didn't even realize at the time I was reaching out to start this with you that you were literally going through this thing.
Yes. Like still in the middle. It's a very long, it's a long process. That's for sure.
So I'm Dave Evergreen from Hashmark Sports. Hello, everybody. I'm hosting this show for now. The ultimate plan long-term would be for Kristy to host it. Maybe I stay on it. Maybe we bring on other people. We really don't know. But one of the things we wanted to do was, really give Kristy an opportunity to do a podcast, right? And she wants to talk about a lot of things. We're going to go into, a couple of different things today, modeling, revamping the modeling career, talking a little bit about that, the challenges of life in itself, and, how you're going about that now, kind of trying to do what we would call like basically a rebirth. And as am I, right? I came from the corporate world, and now we're starting this company. So enough of me talking. Nobody is here for me. Kristy,
we're all here for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I wish. So talk a little bit about the modeling, why you're deciding to get back into it now, why you got into it, to begin with, and we'll kind of open up there a little bit.
All right. So, I did some modeling when I was young, much, much younger. When I was married to my first husband, we were in Japan, and that's where we were stationed. And one day someone came up to me and was like, hey, do you want to start modeling for a company here in Japan? And I was like, well, yes, I would. I would love to.
Wow.
So I did a couple of modeling. Yeah, in Japan. Did a couple of modeling shoots in Japan. Did some makeup ads, some bikinis, bathing suits, stuff like that. But then my husband at the time wasn't thrilled about the idea because, of course, I was in a different country. I had a small kid at home. So after a couple of times, I just kind of gave up on it. And then about 3 years ago, I went on a family vacation with, now my going through that second divorce I'm going through right now because of the horrible things that happened. But we were on a family vacation, and I happened to post a picture of myself in a bikini on Instagram, and it blew up.
Really?
So my ex-husband was like, I feel like you need to start modeling again. Maybe you should start an IG page. And I was like, nobody wants to see that. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, I'll give it a try. And I did. And it took off crazier than I ever imagined it to, 3,000 followers within 3 months. I'll be so happy. And I wound up having over 100,000 in 3 months.
Wow. That was just on Instagram.
That was just on Instagram, and it went crazy. And I got flown I had quite a bit of modeling jobs from Instagram where people would email me or message me and ask me to do some shoots with them. And I've been to Vegas and Florida, and I've been to Washington, D.C. And
wow,
I did a lot of shoots, and it's been really fun. And then I did start, my OnlyFans, which
is going well. Right?
It's going well. OnlyFans has that stigmatic, it's a slut site.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about that a little bit? Because you I think one of the things that attracted our brand to you was what you told us basically, in the interview in day one was, look, listen, I'm classy. I'm not,
Yes.
I'm doing this the right way. My subscription's free. And,
Yes.
if guys want to, help the cause, right, they buy the video.
Yep.
So OnlyFans, what are your thoughts?
Yes. I like it. I think, to each their own, however you want to get on there making money. I mean, you do it. I mean, there's girls out there that do things that I don't do. And I applaud them. I'm like, if you are able to do that and you have the mindset to do that and you can make the money doing what you do from your home, I think it's amazing. I think it's great. Again, like you said, my page is different. I am a little bit, I try to keep things as erotically classy as I possibly can on my site. So there's certain things I don't do.
So when you saying erotically classy, I mean, what is that classification? What is that classification? Or is that just the way you're calling it? Yeah.
To me, erotically classy means I will tease and show just enough to where you're wanting more and you don't see and get everything that I have. Correct
me if I'm wrong here. That's kind of one of the methods, right, that somebody could go about, but pretty successful, I would imagine, right? I mean, yes. Kudos to your writer or whoever writes those, by the way. We have a phantom account out there. It's not even phantom. And I'll just straight up say it. It's one I created years ago. And that's how, we like to show support for people, especially if they, it's not even a bad thing. Other people have OnlyFans accounts that aren't just nude stuff too. I've seen everything. Oh, yeah. So
yeah, I've seen cooking, I've seen music, I've seen everything on there. But when you hear OnlyFans, that's the first thing you think of is the porn side of it.
Yeah. So take me down that kind of way. So okay, Japan they weren't happy. So second husband, who you're going through divorce now, obviously was cool with it. Cooler with it. You're going through that. And now, how has that been approaching the modeling now as when you approached it before? Obviously you're a little bit older now, right, than you were when you first did that in Japan.
It's different, but it's easier for me now. I will say, unfortunately, there's a lot of fake accounts with my face and name on it on Instagram. And
really?
the way that Instagram handles their stuff is not very good for us creators. I've had 4 pages wiped out now. So I'm now on my 5th page that I had to start, which I'm starting again from scratch. And it's growing, but nowhere near as fast as my other pages have. And it's very frustrating because the fake pages stay up, no problem. But the real page that I work really hard for, those get wiped out. And Instagram and Facebook, they really don't do anything to help you out. And trying to get verified on there is a nightmare. So
how does that process work? Is that like a monthly thing, kind of like Twitter does, or how do they do that?
You just have to put your ID in and ask them why you want to be verified. And then they take like 30 days to either grant it or not. And usually I've tried so many times that I never get approved. So
man,
it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. So when it comes to my modeling jobs that are legit modeling jobs where I'm going to model, bathing suits, makeup, bikinis, lingerie, those have died down considerably, which is very upsetting to me because of all the pages getting wiped on IG, which I don't blame, people that need me for jobs, because how do they know they're talking to the right Kristy, and how do they know the pages are going to get wiped? So as frustrating it is for me, I can't blame and be mad at me not being able to get those jobs, because I completely understand it's a shit show and it sucks.
Well,
so my main source is now OnlyFans.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that we're going to do, and that again, from a business mindset, attracted me to do the podcast, was how can we, the guys, I'm telling them right now, y'all going to hate this. And here's why. Y'all thought the teasing was bad on OnlyFans. Wait till we're going to give you this. This is going to be free. It's all free. But there's going to be other stuff, though, that these guys, because you do such a phenomenal job writing these. But what since I've seen you do it, I've seen more and more women do the subscribe for free, come on in for free, and then sell the photos and sell the pictures. Do you find that to work better? And at one point, did you do the monthly, or did you just kind of trial and error it?
Yeah, I've never done the monthly. I find because quite honestly, who wants to, I hate being subscribed to something. I
Mhm.
can't stand it. It's annoying.
Sure.
So for me, I felt like, you know what, I'm not going to have a monthly subscription, and, I'll post normal, sexy stuff on there. But if you want to see extra, that's when you decide to pay, because if you don't want to see extra, then you don't have to pay for it.
Sure.
So
Did you
for me,
ever-
it works out.
Did you ever see yourself on OnlyFans, or was this at the time when you found it? You were like, you know what, this is. I mean, you almost have to have it, right? If you want to make money doing that.
Yes. I will tell you honestly, no, I never saw myself doing an OnlyFans, but with all the girls that model on IG, I kept seeing them having these pages, and some of these other models are just amazing and beautiful women, and they would give me advice and be like, you need to start one of these pages. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to. And again, my husband at the time was very supportive, and he was like, you know what, I know you're mine. Let's just do it. Do what you're comfortable with. And I was like, all right, let's try it. I'm not going to lie to you. The very first booby picture I put out there, I cried for like 2 days.
Oh my Lord. That's
I was
hilarious.
like, oh my God, my boobs are on the internet.
Right.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
sure.
But it's cakewalk for me now. Now it's so simple. If I'm cooking or I'm doing something, I'm like, you know what? Snap, booby picture. Good, done.
It's wild, the interaction you get. I look at the numbers, and then, we watch the videos, and yeah, it's definitely, it's different, the videos you put out there, and I love them. I mean, they're so, the food stuff. I mean, what was the one, and this is going to be a shirt in your collection. Pizza Titty is a shirt. And it's 100%. I mean, we're not going to put what was in it. Right now, if you don't know what we're talking about, go to her Kristy Lee Bella's OnlyFans and check out, which video was that called? What was the video called on that one?
What did you know what? I will let you know right now. I said something about who doesn't want a little spice, a little sticky spice. Yep.
I mean, so I'm telling the guys, I'm like, yo, go through some of these, right? So this one comes out. I'm like, okay, spice, what is it? And then we end up finding out it's freaking. I don't even want to give it away. I can't give it away. I don't want to give it away. The guy's got to go watch it. They got to buy it. But I couldn't believe what it was. Couldn't believe it. And then half of me though was like, I wonder. God, these guys, man, it's hilarious. I love the creativity is crazy because, we do subscribe to other people just to kind of see what they do, and yeah, some people they don't care. I mean, and it's full on everything, and it's to each his own, like you said. So I think it's super awesome. More power to you. I think it screams independence. I think it's awesome, and I've seen a lot of stuff going on in the news with them, but you're still getting good bang for buck out of that, and that's good. But we're hoping to do a little bit more with you at hashmarksports.com as well. We haven't even figured that out yet, but we do have. I hate using the word need help. It's just you guys don't have time for this shit. You're doing your own fucking thing. You know what I mean?
But it is true, though. It's true.
Yeah.
Everybody, trying to get your name out there and try to get your brand out there for yourself, for your business, for what it is that you want to do is so saturated with so many other things that it's like you're so tiny on this little poem that you need to pull yourself up of, and it's just without knowing the right people and without talking to people and out getting to know other people, you're stuck in this shitty mud spot that you could just never get out of. So it's not a way to put it. It's true. Some people just need the help, and
that's what we're kind of here. We're just building a family, people that fit the culture and want to do it, so cool. Okay. So and lawyers are fine. They don't give a shit. I mean, what you don't even need to tell us what happened, but what you have talked about on TikTok with your daughter. Obviously, you've had such amazing support from people. I mean, people have been reaching out from everywhere. How is she doing, and how is that whole process going?
Oh, she is my hero. She's a rock. She's powering through the best she can. We're still working on some things. She's doing good. I'm really good. Her strength keeps me sane and strong, honestly. Can't go into too much detail about, trial wise, but it's going to be a long process. And, every time I ask her about it, I'm like, how are you feeling? Are you doing okay? And she's like, I got this. We're going to get through this. And she really is my strength, because as a mother, when something like this happens, especially from someone that you brought into their lives, that you trusted, that you loved, it makes you feel like a real failure. Honestly, it makes me feel like, how did I not see these signs? Was I not there to protect her? How did I not stop this? And it's a shitty place to be in, because I know it's not my fault. I try to tell myself that it's not her fault. Like, this is nobody's fault but his, but it's still hard, because especially with us, we had like the perfect marriage. We were so happy. Everything was great. And in literally a 5-second period, it was, I love you too. That's it. We're done. And it's a process to go through, because I get sad, I'm mad, I'm angry, and then I cry. And then I get mad at myself for being sad if I miss little things about him. And then I'm like, how could you miss him? Look what he did to your daughter. Look what he did to our life. And I can't even tell you the amounts of emotions that I go through on a daily basis. And that's just me being the mom. So I can't even imagine the amount of emotions that my daughter goes through knowing it happened to her from her dad. So it's the whole thing is such a fun situation.
Any advice for mothers out there that are going through it, kind of, recently, like you, both divorce and that?
Yes. My advice is, don't blame yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. And if you have to cry it out, cry it out. If you need to talk to your kid about it, talk to your kid about it. Let them know that it's okay for them to scream and yell and be angry. And it's okay for you to scream and yell and be angry, because if you hold on to that, oh, when it blows up, it's so bad. So get it out. Be angry, be mad, cry, scream, yell, write it down on paper. Every emotion you go through is okay. And it's okay to feel them. Go through them. Don't try to hide them. Don't fight them. Just go through them.
It's interesting. Yeah, don't bury them, right? Because they build up, and it could come out a different way, right? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yes, it will definitely come out not in a healthy way. So, and when you say scream, cry, yell, you're like, well, that's not really healthy, but it is. I can't even tell you how many times I have just sat in a corner and just screamed at the top of my lungs. But then afterwards, it's like a release. It's like, oh, okay, I needed to get that out. Like, you don't even understand when you have that hard, deep cry where your face is swollen and you look like the crypt keeper. It is it's a healing. It's a powerful healing that you don't realize that you need at the time, but once it's over, you're like, oh shit, I'm like 8 pounds lighter now.
Yeah, you're right.
Granted, again, looking like the crypt keeper, but
right. But it's pretty ballsy to do that. A lot of people wouldn't do that, right? You're showing every side. I mean, this is that is realness, and that's what people like. And I that's why, again, we'd be like, yo, I got to do a podcast with her for sure. She's real, and people need to hear her story. And it's great. It's and you're still going through it, right? Triumph. I mean, the crypt keeper. It's so funny. I keep having this image of like Tales from the Crypt, but like you look nothing like that. So great show, by the way, on HBO. That was a great show. So when you were talking, okay, so in going through that, obviously you and your daughter have gotten closer, right? I mean, the unfortunate, right? You were close before then, but now you guys
we were very close before that. Yes.
Okay.
And this now is and it's because we were so close that, thank God, she was able to tell me what happened, because I'm not going to lie to you, dealing with this and now being in this horrible world that we're in, that, nobody ever thinks you're ever going to be a part of, but It is heartbreaking to me to find out how many parents do not believe their children and side with the husband or the wife that did these acts. And that is just, I can't even imagine. My heart breaks for kids and adult kids that this happens to. And my daughter, she's older, she's 18, but I think about that. Like, what could she possibly have thought if she would ever in her mind think, what if my mom doesn't believe me? And I'm so proud of her and I love her so much. And I know that she has such a love for me that she knew that there was no way that was ever going to happen, that I got her back no matter what, and vice versa. So being as feisty as you are, in what I've known you here for about 2-3 months, East Coaster here. Yes.
Italians, divorce is not in the picture. Now, this was the end all be all, right? There are certain things that happen, and this just had to happen, right?
There was nothing from the second she told me that he put her hands on her, that was it. There is no going back. There's never a reconciliation. It's almost like a death. It's
Mhm.
almost like a death. There's just the ultimate sin that you do, and that is it. There is no going back from what happened. It's not like it was just oh, my husband cheated on me, or, oh, he had a gambling problem. No,
Sure.
what you
Yeah.
did, it's unforgivable, honestly. So
Man.
divorce was never I was planning on being happily married to this man for the rest of my life.
Sure.
14 years ago was my everything. And it is insane how quickly that changed. I'm not going to lie to you, that being the age I am now and being single really kind of pisses me the fuck off. I'm not a fan.
Well, let me tell you, I was really surprised when I saw the Valentine's Day TikTok. You were so low on Valentine's, right? This year, single. You were at home.
Yes, I
Guys,
was.
I mean, guys watching this right now, they're probably about, I would at least say 1,200 guys right now that were like, are you effing kidding me? I mean, I could, could have had a date. That was a video I think you did too, that night, hoodie video or something. So yeah, at least the interaction is great. But so being single at this age completely sucks. What do you find? I mean, you're not scoping a dating scene right now, are you? And what do? You don't do dating apps, do you?
No, you know what?
This is new to you though, right?
This is new to me. This whole being single in this day and age is so different than when we were kids. There's no, like, you just meet people organically. It's either you have to be on a dating site, you have to be on some type of platform. And it's like, it's exhausting. Not gonna lie. It's exhausting.
Yeah. Well, do you think now then more than ever, meeting that person when it's meant to be is just going to happen then? Or no?
I would like to think so. I don't want to force anything. And I'm at this point, like, my heart is so hardened from what happened, because I truly, with everything in my soul, was so in love with my husband. He was my everything. I didn't care about any other guy. I mean, he was my everything. And it makes me sad, because now when I see happy couples, I'm like, whatever, it's bullshit. It's not real. And I hate that. I don't want to have that stigma on me. I want to believe in it. Whether that's going to happen again, I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to happen. I just don't know if it will. I don't feel what I used to feel about love. And that really sucks.
Still early. And you got the dog. You got the dog too. I mean, come on.
Dog. She's my princess.
And you've got any plans this weekend? I mean, I'm not trying to put you on a spot or anything. I mean, what do you got planned this weekend?
I have nothing planned for this weekend besides going to get a tattoo. And then I do not stop. From the second I get up, I am either answering messages, answering comments, taking pictures, posting. It never stops.
Well, and that's literally what it is. It's just consistency. And I mean, I can't tell you how many accounts people unfollow, specifically on OnlyFans, because they're like, oh, I didn't post or whatever, and blah blah blah. It's just they come back. So you got to stay consistent.
And I'm very real. I don't pretend to be someone I'm not on my. So if I'm having a bad day or a bad week, I make sure that I get on there, especially to OnlyFans, because that's where I make my money. I let everybody know, like, hey, love you guys. Sorry, give me a couple days. I'll get back to you. I'm not in a good spot right now. Like, I am very open with what is going on at the time. So if you don't see me, you know why. I'm not just ignoring anybody. I'm not just taking a couple days just because I have nothing better to do. It's because there is a problem and there's something going on. Mm-hmm. So I'm very real about what's going on in my life and why I can't get back to you right away. But I always get back to you. Mm-hmm. It might not be that day, but I will always answer. Always.
Yeah, and that is true. And again, I will tell you this. You definitely, there was a split second there. I was like, you know what? This internet isn't even going to work. We should just do this on Monday. I said, and I told Darren here, I said, dude, no, I ain't calling her, telling her that shit. I called her the other day. I didn't even have the rundown. She was like, yo, we ain't doing this shit. I'm like, she's East Coast. We're doing this fucking podcast today. We're doing it today. Okay. So, so first episode, pilot episode, Kristy Lee Bella, Dave Evergreen here. Where can they find you on OnlyFans?
They can find me on OnlyFans. It is just Kristy Lee _Bella. You can find my link in my Instagram, which is Bella Kristy_Lee_78. I'm also on Twitter, which is again Kristy Lee_Bella. I'm on Reddit, Kristy Lee_Bella. I am also on Chive, which is everything is Kristy Lee_Bella except for my Instagram because that keeps getting wiped. So that's just a different name. But
keeps getting bumped. And then pretty soon we'll have a page on hashmarksports.com and then hopefully your website ASAP.
Yes, that would be amazing.
And everybody could just go there, right? I mean, oh yeah, TikTok. Well, TikTok's fine. Have you gotten any warnings there, or is that account okay?
TikTok, you know what's crazy is on TikTok, it has my link tree in there and it has all my links except my OnlyFans. They black it out. You can't see it. They won't.
Really?
They claim that it's
all right,
an unauthorized site. So.
Well, by the time this airs, hashmarksports.com has it. Just go to hashmarksports.com, click the Kristy Lee Bella page, and scroll down a little bit, and you'll see her link there. Amazon wish list, OnlyFans, everything's on there. I think the TikTok's on there, and then we have one other one. I don't know what we put in there. Maybe we put. Did we put her Instagram? If we did, then we got to change it now. She said it got kicked off. Yeah.
Yes. Now the new Instagram now Bella or 78.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. We always wrap every show that I do, at least, with final thoughts. First and foremost, thank you. Really appreciate it. Obviously, there's a lot of shit going on. This is something that. We're gonna obviously, boost up. I know there's probably gonna be 100 comments. Where's her mic? Easy, okay, people, shut up. We'll get her mic. I owe myself a damn trip out to the West Coast. We got Ricky Knott's in Denver, so not West Coast, but out west. We'll have that through time. But give Kristy Lee Bella, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. And we're gonna do episodes. Probably, I would really want to do one. I think. If we can fit one in every week and turn it into like a season, maybe we do like a 10 episode thing rather than do it year round, or we do one a month. We haven't figured that out yet, but I have a feeling we'll be doing a good amount of them, and then we'll go from there.
I love it. It sounds great. Thank you so much for having me. I beyond appreciate it.
On to this is your show. You're going to be on your show every day. I'm not going to just like. Have you on your show.
Well, thank you for being on my show.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. So final thoughts. What do you got for everybody this week? Anything you want to send people home with?
You know what? Don't take life so seriously. Okay. Serious shit happens. You got to flow with it. You got to look at the positive, because if you think about all the negative, then you just attract that negative. So no matter what happens, have your breakdowns, because in your breakdowns comes your breakthroughs.
I like just that. Wow. Positivity. That's awesome.
Gotta have it.
Final thoughts. I heard a great quote from Charles. I think it's Charles Bukowski. And he said, if you're going to go all the way, go all the way. Don't half-ass it. And you will find yourself on the other side of laughter, and you'll be with the gods and the rings of fire, and it'll be worth it. So, you're going all the way. We're going all the way. Everybody
all
is.
The way.
Right? Why half-ass it?
That's what you got to give your all the time, no matter what's happening in your life. Hence why I still get up and paint my face and do my job.
Exactly. Episode 2, little teaser here. We're going to talk tattoos in episode 2. We're not, but I know a lot of guys out there have questions. How many? How many more are you getting? How many are you finishing? I mean, I know there were a lot you were trying to finish. So
yeah, doing tonight.
And so what's tonight's then? Is it an add-on or a brand new one?
Tonight is just continuing to work on my leg, the cover-up that I've been going on for 6 years now. Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right. Yeah. Since you have, bring them on.
Yeah. No, I will for sure. I think we got something good here. And for Dave Evergreen, Kristy Lee Bella, episode 1. Thanks for joining, and we'll be back with episode 2.
All right. I love it. Have such a beautiful night, everybody, and thank you so much for